What's going on, guys? It's WrestleMania here, back with more news. Join us as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a major WWE return. The WWE boom period may be over. A released star has launched a GoFundMe with several WWE wrestlers supporting him. Logan Paul was hurt on Raw. WWE fans go way too far. Liv Morgan stuns in a rare appearance. Get straight into our first story. Our top story today looks at the latest updates regarding the return of a former WWE champion. Bianca Belair has been out of action for an extended period due to a broken finger, but it has now been revealed, thanks to Bodyslam Plus via Patreon, that Belair could be returning at the start of 2026. Sources indicate to Bodyslam that Belair's recovery has been rough, but there is a belief within the company that she will be back in the early stages of 2026. WWE is hopeful for the current proposed timeline, with the possibility of an even earlier return. It was also reported that Belair was in town for SmackDown last week in Salt Lake City. Her injury was said to be more complex than originally expected, as a finger break typically does not lead to such a long time away from the ring. Naturally, with the reports stating that Belair may return at the start of 2026, speculation has already begun that she could return at the Royal Rumble and potentially win the entire match. This is supported by the fact that Jade Cargill is now the WWE Women's Champion, and given the established history between Belair and Cargill, a WrestleMania match between the two makes perfect sense. Next up, the WWE boom period may be over. Many expected WWE's upcoming Christmas tour to be a key indicator of whether the boom is truly slowing down, and according to this week's Wrestling Observer, the outlook isn't positive. Things are definitely cooling off, particularly the Christmas week advances, which are traditionally some of the strongest house show numbers of the year. This year, however, they're looking very weak. A lot of places aren't much higher than what AEW was doing a year ago. Really, aside from the 4 shows left with Cena, the only number I'd consider strong is a Raw in Orlando during Christmas week, and even that would have been seen as average just a few years back. Meltzer adds that without a doubt, the boom is over. Now, business-wise, this isn't necessarily bad. Ticket prices have doubled in recent years, and in many cities, the expensive seats are the first to sell, so gates are likely solid in most markets and excellent in a few. But the numbers clearly show that the boom itself has ended. So we should expect some big creative moves. These creative changes are absolutely needed, and needed fast. WWE can't expect to charge high ticket prices while delivering the inferior product they've been putting out lately. Next up, a huge WWE feud revealed. SmackDown is definitely in need of a new top-of-the-card storyline, and it looks like we're about to get it tonight. According to Bodyslam Plus via Patreon, Aleister Black is set to feud with WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. There's no news yet on what this means for Drew McIntyre, but it's possible that Rhodes vs. Black will serve as a TV feud on the road to Survivor Series. Next up, a released star launches a GoFundMe. Ridge Holland has been the talk of the wrestling world this week. Holland took to social media and revealed that due to his controversial WWE release, he's going to be unable to pay his mortgage. WWE was reportedly so upset by his comments that they moved up his release date and found him in breach of contract. Holland has now created a GoFundMe, and an excerpt from the campaign reads, "Help a father of 3 heal without losing everything. A hard-working husband, a devoted wife, 3 beautiful children, and a devastating injury that threatens to take it all away. We're reaching out with heavy hearts on behalf of a dear family in crisis. A loving father of 3 suffered injuries while on the job, injuries that have not only left him unable to work but also abandoned by the very company he served. Despite being injured at work, he was hired as a 1099 contractor, meaning he's not eligible for workers' compensation, sick leave, or any support from the employer. Since the injury, the company has offered to pay for medical expenses, but no wages. Fans and fellow wrestlers have been extremely generous, and the campaign has raised over $8,000 at the time of this video. Names who have donated include Omos, Chelsea Green, who is donating $1,000 monthly, as well as Raj Deasy, formerly known as Jinder Mahal, and several AEW stars, including Nick or Matt Jackson. This is not a good look for WWE, as Holland shouldn't be in this position. The general consensus among fans on social media is that WWE overreacted to Holland's comments regarding his mortgage payments. Critics questioning why Holland couldn't afford his mortgage point out he was on the main roster for years and even main event to Survivor Series PLE with Roman Reigns. While those questions are inevitable, it's important to note that Holland took a substantial pay cut when he moved back down to NXT. It's been several years since Holland was earning main roster level money in WWE. Next up, a WWE release made official. In case anyone was holding out hope that WWE might reconsider their stance on Ridge Holland, yesterday they made the release official. Holland was moved to the alumni section on WWE.com within hours of reports surfacing about him potentially being in breach of his contract. WWE used to be a company that occasionally bowed to fan and media pressure, but in the TKO era, that simply isn't the case. It now seems highly unlikely that Holland will ever be brought back into the fold. Next up, Liv Morgan stuns in a rare appearance. Liv Morgan is currently on hiatus from WWE due to the shoulder injury she suffered on Raw, but she made a rare public appearance at the red carpet premiere of Stranger Things 5. Her sleek black dress immediately had the internet buzzing, with fans reacting strongly to the former women's champion turning heads despite her absence from TV. We also got a good look at the tattoo on her neck 11/21/17, which marks the date she made her main roster debut and formed the Riot Squad. It's heavily rumored that Liv will return at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, where she may even be a favorite to win. Next up, Triple H defended. Triple H often finds himself under pressure from fans, and some of WWE and TKO's business decisions don't always reflect well on him. But his close friend Kevin Nash has come to his defense after fans blamed Triple H for WrestleMania being held in Saudi Arabia in 2027. Speaking on his podcast, the Hall of Famer said, "Paul was getting heat for them going to Saudi Arabia. He's the head of creative. He's not the business guy that picks the venues. That's not his job. It's above his pay grade." Nash has always defended his longtime friend, but in this case, he's completely justified. The Saudi business deal has nothing to do with Triple H, and he shouldn't be taking the blame from those upset with WWE's business decisions. Creative is his domain, not venue selection. Next up, Logan Paul hurt on Raw. Logan Paul played a key role on this week's Raw, and according to the WWE Maverick himself, he was legitimately hurt during the show. When Bron Breakker shoved him, Logan's head ricocheted off the lead board. And when Breakker kicked him while he was down, he accidentally connected for real below the belt. On his latest vlog, Logan said, "Don't know if you saw when Bron pushed me. I fell on my ass and the back of my head hit the wall of the ring. Then when they were kicking me while I was down, Bron kicked me right in the dick. That's crazy, bro. Actually, my testicles hurt." Logan is expected to be part of the WarGames match later this month, and it's been widely reported he'll be on Team Vision. WWE has also planted the seeds for a personal feud between CM Punk and Logan Paul, making a world title match between the two almost inevitable, potentially even at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Next up, WWE fans go too far. Carmen Petrovich, a talent from WWE NXT, has issued a strong message to some overly intrusive fans who crossed the line. While she appreciates support and tries to engage with fans, she made it clear she will not tolerate people contacting her family or friends when she doesn't respond. In a post on X, she explained that although she tries to reply to fans, reaching out to her loved ones through their personal phone numbers or other private channels is absolutely unacceptable, and those who do it will be blocked. It's another case of some fans being creepy and not respecting boundaries. Why anyone would think it's okay to call a wrestler's family is beyond comprehension. Next up, a shocking WWE return coming. Or could WWE be about to rehire the controversial Eva Marie? Marie appeared on the Unwrapped podcast and said she's keeping the door open for a potential WWE return down the road. I mean, I always keep the door open just because I'd be silly not to, you know? And I love performing. There's nothing like it. If you want to talk about drugs and alcohol, that's the biggest high. You see it in other superstars, they can't let it go. Sometimes you're like, okay, you should retire, but you can't find that high anywhere else. The WWE universe is the best fan base. They're crazier than ever, but loyal, too. Walking out in front of 100,000 people, where else are you going to get that? Eva Marie had two distinct runs in WWE. Her first run was widely criticized for a lack of in-ring improvement, while her second run saw WWE attempt another push, but she again showed minimal progress. As a result, WWE ultimately cut her from her contract. If Marie does return, her best role would likely be as a manager. She's a natural heat magnet and knows how to get under the skin of WWE fans. WWE tried this in 2021, but they couldn't resist putting her in matches from time to time, which derailed any momentum her character had built. Next up, the Bloodline story will never end. WWE has filed a new trademark related to the Bloodline saga. The company recently filed for the term tribal heir, and this is almost certainly connected to Solo Sikoa, who called himself the new tribal chief throughout 2024. It's unclear whether WWE plans to revisit the Sikoa vs. Roman Reigns storyline, but fans have spent all year urging WWE to move on from the Bloodline and explore something fresh. Next up, WWE is about to shatter records. John Cena's final match is, without question, one of the biggest matches in recent memory, and the demand for tickets proves it. It has now surfaced that the December 13th Saturday night's main event special may not only make history for WWE, but could become the largest arena-sized gate in the history of professional wrestling. Speaking on The Observer, Dave Meltzer said, "This Monday's Raw in Boston is going to be really big. The week after in the Garden will be even bigger. And then the DC show on December 13th is most likely going to be the largest arena-size gate in the history of pro wrestling." WWE easily could have run a massive stadium based on demand, but they chose Washington, D.C., because they want political figures to attend. Names such as Donald Trump and Vince McMahon have been rumored, though neither has been confirmed for an appearance. And finally, prayers for Raven. Our last story today shares a health update on wrestling legend Raven. In his new documentary Nevermore, the former WWE Hardcore champion opened up about his struggles and revealed he has been diagnosed with multiple personality disorders. "You're not supposed to know your diagnosis, but I happen to see it because I can read upside down," Raven said. "I grabbed the paper and saw what it said: histrionic personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder. But to me, it was freeing, because now I get it. Now I understand why I behave this way." He explained that narcissistic personality disorder is essentially extreme egomania, while histrionic personality disorder is more twisted and more interesting. Raven has previously spoken about his battle with Parkinson's as well, and these topics are heavily featured in the documentary. We want to send our best wishes to Raven and hope he receives all the support and care he needs. And there you have it, folks, our look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with more wrestling content.